There is a chance.
Yeah.
So now looking at one candidate in particular for this election, Tulsi Gabbard in 2016 stepped down from the DNC and supported Bernie Sanders. And since entering the race, the establishment media has constantly smeared her by using, disproven and debunked talking points. So why has her campaign got a lot of negative attention when in fact her message on foreign policy, climate change, healthcare, and other progressive issues is something that many Americans are willing to listen to? It just seems like she's always constantly being smeared and put down constantly.
Yeah, because if you notice, it's mostly NBC is the worst. They're the worst offenders, right? So they're the ones
New
who
York Magazine, of course, that did a really horrible article on her childhood, I guess, or something.
I didn't see that, but NBC News did that story when she announced that she was running. The story they ran was that Russian bots are supporting Tulsi on Twitter and what have you, and they referred to the study by the New Knowledge that what do they call it? That cyber organization? I don't know what, a security organization, New Knowledge,
right?
And they were proven to be inventing fake Russian bots and attributing them to Roy Moore in that Alabama election. They got caught. New York Times even reported. It was even in the New York Times, this story.
One of the rare moments where they do journalism.
Yeah. So, and Facebook actually suspended the guy who was the co-founder of it, his Facebook page, because he did this. NBC still uses them as a credible source to smear. The people got caught. They don't go, by the way, our source got caught inventing fake Russian bots and got his own Facebook. But anyway, they don't tell you that. They just go right out and smear Tulsi Gabbard. And maybe it's because they're funded by the military-industrial complex, right? Maybe because Chuck Todd on his news show does a segment literally sponsored by Boeing. They're doing it again. So I'm watching CBS News about the Iran. Trump wants to start a war in Iran, or maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's just Bolton and those guys around him, right?
Well, he surrounded himself with a lot of war hawks from the Bush administration.
Yeah, he seems to have really capitulated. Like he's gonna, like what Bill Benny said is coming to fruition. That they really are. What Chuck Schumer said. Don't mess with what Chuck Schumer said about Donald Trump. Don't mess with the intelligence community because they have 6 ways to Sunday to mess with you back. So they've been messing with him back pretty hard, right? The dossier, totally. So this whole Russiagate, the whole thing. That's them fucking sticking it to him and like making his life hell. And it's like, so then why would a guy who ran as a non-interventionist surround himself with guys like Bull? And the good thing is that Trump is, in a sense, maybe inept because he did pick a guy like John Bolton, which everyone then is a suspect of everything he does. So that actually is a positive. It's like a silver lining, is that no one believes anything John Bolton says anymore. Right? So everyone's going to be skeptical of wars he tries to, or more people, not everyone.
Right.
More people are going to be skeptical of the wars if it's coming from Elliot Abrams and John Bolton. But I'm watching CBS News about the Iran thing, and they bring on their expert. Their expert going to give you the opinion of what's happening with the Iran and the conflict. He's a retired admiral. That's all they tell you. So I look up the guy. The guy just got elected to the board of Raytheon. And they don't tell you that. Like, that's journalistic malpractice. And that's standard practice.
Well, that's what happens when you have media that's controlled by corporations, for 6 major corporations.
Right.
So, and we could thank Bill Clinton for the 1996 Telecom Act.
Yeah.
It's never gone wrong for us. It's working just fine.
Deregulate it. Give it. Let the capitalists run everything unfettered, and the market seeks it, said it fills all needs, and be perfect utopia.
Right.